Within each of us lies the potential for great spiritual growth, yet there are pitfalls along the path that can hinder our progress. As we navigate the complexities of existence, it becomes crucial to discern and avoid those things that inhibit our spiritual evolution. Let us delve deeper into these obstacles, guided by the wisdom that illuminates our journey. What does it mean to truly nourish the spirit? In our quest for spiritual fulfillment, we often encounter roadblocks that obscure the path to enlightenment. How can we recognize and navigate these obstacles with clarity and grace? Let us explore 8 anti-spiritual forces that can impede our progress and discover the keys to transcending them. Materialism, the first obstacle to spiritual growth, ensnares us in the pursuit of external possessions and validations, diverting our focus from deeper existential truths. In a culture often equating wealth and status with happiness, it's easy to succumb to this trap, prioritizing material gain over inner fulfillment. Yet, the more we accumulate, the more elusive contentment becomes, leaving us perpetually dissatisfied and disconnected from our authentic selves. Materialism fosters a mindset of scarcity, convincing us that our worth is measured by what we own rather than who we are. To transcend this barrier, we must shift our focus inward, seeking fulfillment in experiences, relationships, and spiritual exploration. Embracing simplicity, gratitude, and mindful consumption allows us to reclaim our sovereignty from material desires. By cultivating a deeper understanding of the transient nature of material possessions and the limitless potential of our inner world, we free ourselves from the shackles of materialism. We discover true abundance in the richness of our own being and the interconnectedness of all life. Thus, by navigating away from the allure of materialism, we embark on a journey towards spiritual liberation and profound fulfillment. Egoism, the second impediment to spiritual progress, seduces us into a labyrinth of self-centeredness, fostering illusions of separation and superiority. Rooted in the ego's insatiable hunger for validation and control, it distorts our perceptions, leading us to believe that our worth is contingent upon external achievements or comparisons with others. This divisive mentality blinds us to the inherent worth and interconnectedness of all beings, fueling resentment, animosity, and alienation. To transcend egoism, we must cultivate humility and embrace the interconnectedness of all existence. Humility involves acknowledging our limitations and recognizing the contributions of others with genuine appreciation. By surrendering the ego's grip on superiority, we foster unity and harmony within ourselves and with the world around us. Additionally, practicing empathy and compassion helps dissolve the barriers erected by egoism, fostering understanding and connection. By recognizing the divine spark within each individual, we foster a sense of kinship and solidarity that transcends superficial differences. Through these practices, we dismantle the walls of egoism, embracing the profound interconnectedness of all life. In doing so, we cultivate a sense of unity and compassion that nourishes our souls and fosters harmony and peace in the world. Negativity, the third adversary on our spiritual journey, acts as a corrosive force, corroding the very fabric of our inner well-being. It manifests in various guises: fear, doubt, resentment, and despair, casting shadows over our inner landscape and distorting our perception of reality. When allowed to take root within us, negativity drains our energy, diminishes our joy, and distorts our sense of perspective. To transcend negativity, we must cultivate positivity through practices such as gratitude, compassion, and mindful awareness. Gratitude shifts our focus from scarcity to abundance, opening our hearts to the blessings that surround us. Compassion softens the hardened edges of our hearts, allowing us to empathize with the suffering of others and extend kindness in the face of adversity. Mindful awareness helps us observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment, creating space for healing and transformation. By consciously choosing to dwell in the light of positivity, we nourish our spirits and uplift those around us, creating a ripple effect of healing and renewal. In the alchemy of gratitude, compassion, and mindfulness, we transmute the lead of negativity into the gold of spiritual growth and awakening. Attachment, identified as the fourth obstruction to spiritual development, ensnares us in a cycle of desire and suffering, binding us to the fleeting pleasures and pains of the material realm. Whether it's an attachment to possessions, relationships, or outcomes, this clinging impedes our spiritual liberation, stemming from a fear of loss or a yearning for security. It leads us to invest our sense of identity and happiness in external circumstances, thereby perpetuating a sense of discontentment and imbalance. To transcend attachment, we must cultivate the practice of detachment and surrender. Detachment involves embracing the impermanent nature of existence, releasing our grip on people, possessions, and outcomes. It liberates us from the roller coaster of emotions tied to them, fostering inner freedom and peace. Surrender, in turn, entails trusting in the wisdom of the universe, relinquishing the illusion of control, and accepting the flow of life with grace. Through detachment and surrender, we discover a profound sense of inner peace and contentment, untethered from the shackles of attachment. By aligning ourselves with the ebb and flow of existence, we find solace in the present moment and unlock the door to spiritual growth and fulfillment. Judgment, identified as the fifth barrier on our spiritual path, erects walls between ourselves and others, fostering division and discord within our hearts. Whether directed inwardly or outwardly, judgment creates a dualistic framework that categorizes the world into right and wrong, good and bad. This divisive mentality blinds us to the inherent worth and interconnectedness of all beings, fueling resentment, animosity, and alienation. To transcend judgment, we must cultivate a mindset of non-judgmental awareness and compassion. Non-judgmental awareness involves observing our thoughts and emotions without attaching labels or value judgments to them. It allows us to see the world as it is, free from the distortions of our conditioned beliefs and prejudices. Compassion, on the other hand, arises from a deep recognition of our shared humanity and interconnectedness. It involves extending kindness, understanding, and forgiveness to ourselves and others, regardless of perceived flaws or shortcomings. By practicing non-judgmental awareness and compassion, we dissolve the barriers that separate us from one another, fostering unity, empathy, and understanding. We recognize that every individual is on their own unique journey, facing their own challenges and obstacles. In embracing diversity and honoring the inherent worth of all beings, we create a more inclusive and harmonious world where love and acceptance reign supreme. Distraction, identified as the sixth hurdle on our spiritual journey, inundates our lives with constant stimulation, diverting our attention from the depth and richness of our inner selves. In a world filled with noise, gadgets, and incessant demands, it's easy to lose sight of the quiet spaces where true wisdom resides. Distraction fragments our focus, scattering our energy and preventing us from fully engaging with the present moment. To transcend distraction, we must cultivate the practice of mindfulness and intentional living. Mindfulness involves paying attention to our thoughts, feelings, and sensations with curiosity and non-judgmental awareness. By bringing our attention back to the present moment, we anchor ourselves in the here and now, reclaiming our power from the pull of external distractions. Intentional living, on the other hand, entails aligning our actions with our values and priorities, consciously choosing how we spend our time and energy. By integrating mindfulness and intentional living into our daily lives, we create space for reflection, connection, and inner peace. We learn to discern between what is truly important and what is merely noise, cultivating a sense of clarity and purpose. In the stillness of our being, we discover a profound sense of presence and fulfillment that transcends the fleeting distractions of the external world. Inauthenticity, identified as the seventh obstruction on our spiritual journey, compels us to wear masks and hide our true selves to fit societal norms or gain approval. When we suppress aspects of our identity or emotions, we betray our authenticity, leading to inner turmoil and disconnection from our deepest essence. This dissonance creates a rift between our inner truth and external presentation, fostering inner conflict and dissatisfaction. To transcend inauthenticity, we must cultivate the courage to embrace vulnerability and live in alignment with our true selves. This involves acknowledging and honoring our thoughts, feelings, and desires without judgment or shame. Embracing vulnerability allows for deeper connections with others and fosters genuine intimacy and understanding. Furthermore, living authentically requires aligning our actions with our values and aspirations, even in the face of criticism or disapproval. By staying true to ourselves, we reclaim our power and sovereignty, forging a path of self-discovery and personal growth. Through authenticity, we cultivate a sense of wholeness and integration, embracing all aspects of ourselves with compassion and acceptance. By living authentically, we create space for genuine connection, creativity, and fulfillment, both within ourselves and in our relationships with others. Separation, recognized as the eighth challenge on our spiritual odyssey, deceives us into believing in the illusion of individual isolation, disconnected from the intricate web of existence. This misconception breeds feelings of loneliness, alienation, and fear, perpetuating a sense of disconnection from the world around us. When we view ourselves as separate entities, distinct from others, nature, and the divine, we reinforce barriers that hinder our spiritual growth and impede the flow of love and unity. To transcend separation, we must acknowledge and embrace the inherent interconnectedness of all life. This entails shifting our perspective from one of isolation to one of unity and oneness. By recognizing the sacred bond that unites us with every living being, we cultivate a deep sense of reverence and respect for the interconnected web of existence. Furthermore, transcending separation necessitates dissolving the boundaries of ego and embracing our shared humanity with compassion and empathy. By acknowledging the divine spark within each individual, we foster a sense of kinship and solidarity that transcends superficial differences. Through the practice of unity consciousness, we awaken to the profound truth that we are all interconnected threads in the tapestry of creation. By embracing this truth, we cultivate a sense of belonging and interconnectedness that nourishes our souls and fosters harmony and peace in the world.